Hi guys, happy 4th of July. Today is Tuesday, July 4th, and I thought I would drop in really quick. Now, it's always fun to celebrate the 4th, but it also means my birthday is coming up in a week. So, you find when you're getting older that you don't want to celebrate as much. You don't want to celebrate 4th of July, you don't want to celebrate your birthday, you don't want to celebrate Christmas. But I figure after the beginning of the year that I've had, I want to celebrate everything. So even though I don't do fireworks because my poor dog hates it, and I don't do sparklers, anything like that, I am going to celebrate with a drink, a beverage later today. We did grill out yesterday. We're going to grill out again today. And we're going to celebrate my birthday a little bit early because next week is a work week. We go back to work, so we'll celebrate a little bit this afternoon. Okay, let's talk about cards. Let me grab, sorry, I didn't have this ready. Lots of one sheet wonders people are talking about. The 12 by 12 one sheet wonders, the 6 by 6. Well, I'm going to show you my take on a one sheet wonder, but it's a 6 by 12. Yes, a 6 by 12. I said it. You heard it right. All right, let's go down the stamping surface and I'll show you my pattern.
Okay, I don't know if you can see that this well because I did it in pencil. I always do my templates in pencil until I know I really like them. Oops, I always figure out the whole mirror thing. All right, I'm just going to lay it down and I'm going to zoom in. How about that? Let me get this a little bit straight. Let's zoom in a little. That might be better. Not so much. All right, let's bring it over. And let's just go up to 200. All right. So here is my 6 by 12. And you always want to look at full lines first when you're cutting. And we're going to cut this together. In fact, we're going to cut this probably a couple times. All you'll need to have ready beforehand is 5 card bases. And then you're going to have stuff for sentiments. Now for me, I'm going to show you, since there's 5 of them, I'm going to show you my quick way of getting 10 sentiments ready to go. All right, so you're going to go 2.5. This is going to be oh, let me go back out. Sorry, guys. There we go. So we're going to go 2.5. We're going to make 3.5 by 2.5 trading card size. But we're going to use these for our sentiments. So the first cut is going to be, oh, I have it too close to that. First cut is 2.5. Then we're going to go 2.5 again. And that leaves you with 3.5. So then we're going to cut these down to 2.5 this way. And you'll have very little waste. You'll have this little piece as waste. All right, so there we have 4 of those. And now we're going to cut these into 3.5. And I have both layers here. I'm hoping I can cut through. So here we go, 3.5. 3.5. And then again at 3.5. And you're going to have this much. So that's your waist right there. All right. So now we're going to do layers, or the sentiments. So it's going to be a little bit down. Now, let me show you. And I always make my templates, of course, with old cardstock and old DSP and old colors cardstock. All right, so here we could go either where you have a very fine border, a bigger border, or the medium border. So what I'm going to do is, we know that, let me put these back over here. Kind of showed you a little bit about what we're going to do here. All right, so since we knew our first cut was 2.5, If we're going to do a small, we're going to go just 2 1/8 below that 2 1/2. And then we're going to cut again 1/8 down from that 3 1/2. We're going to do a little of each of the sizes here. All right, so this is going to be the smallest border. If you wanted to go down even more, we had started that, remember, at 2 1/2. So now on this one, instead of going down 1/8, we're going to go down 1/4. So we're going to go 2 1/4, which will make this 3 1/4. Now, yes, you can make these all the same size. I'm just going to do a little bit of variety to show you the different finished products. All right. So remember, originally this was 3 1/2 what we had left, but since we've gone down, of course, it's not the same. So now we're going to go down to 3 because we're going to make that a completely, look, that's good for sentiments. So that's going to be a 1/2 inch down, which will give you a 1/4 of an inch border all the way across. So then we're going to go 3 by 2. All right. And now I'm going to stamp all of these sentiments and tape them down just so they're out of the way. But you see how we have all the different little sizes there. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see. Thought I had, yep, here it is. Since I used this yesterday in the video, I'm just going to use this again today, and we're going to do this brightest birthday one. Go ahead and grab it. And I'm going to do these all in Pebbled Path, since I know that's one of the colors that I'm going to be using on my cards. So let me grab my Pebbled Path. Let me move this out of the way for a second. We'll get back to that. And yes, I should have out my piercing mat, but I'm not going to. Oh, did you see that? I put my block in the wrong side. Now I really have to change this. That'll drive Virginia crazy if she sees it. I know, Virginia, I don't change out my mat as often as I used to. Alright, and I'm going to do these all down here, because then if you wanted to put in little flowers, you could. Alright, let's get these. Again, I'm going to put these down in the corner. Alright, I'll just do them one at a time. Yes, and this is going to give you 10 of these greetings, but we're only going to do 5 cards out of a half sheet of cardstock. But this is how you can mass produce. Alright, so there's all my little greetings. Let's go ahead. Oh, I must have it on my desk somewhere. Where's my Moody Mauve? Oh, right here in front of me. Ugh. Alright. Now I am going to get out my piercing mat, because I'm going to stamp this off once. Alright. I wasn't really going to be doing a lot of decorating, but here we go. Right. Let's go ahead and we'll do this little, let's see, now I'm going to just do the outline. We'll just do the outline. And I'm just going to stamp 5 of these, since we're just going to show you 5 to begin with. Let's get to some of those smaller sizes. Be careful because, you know, oh, that one's a little off. You know, my husband's, we're all off today. Well, not my son. My son's working. The fun of working in a semi-retail environment. All right. So we'll just do those 5. We won't do all 10 or 12, however many I cut out. All right. So then we have our 5 greetings. Now we're ready to cut our one sheet wonder. We'll lay those down in a second. All right. So for the one sheet wonder, I like using something, and I'm going to go out just a little bit more. Let me see. There, can you see? All right, I'm going to cut at an angle. How about that? That way you can see. All right, and let's bring this back in. So the first cut we're going to do is do a full cut. So that's going to be those 4 strips. They're a 1/2 inch. Now, you might say, well, that's bigger than our card. I like doing it that way. Oops, first I want to cut it down to 6 by 12. So remember, this is a 6 by 12 wonder sheet. So here's our 6 by 12, and here's the pieces we're going to be doing cutting down. So the first one is at the 1/2 inch. And I'm going to do it on this side because it's just easier and it keeps this in line. So there's the 1/2. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And there's 4. All right. So now that's these pieces here. Go ahead. I'm not going to lay them down, but that's those pieces there. So the next full line we have is right here. So we're going to turn it 1/4 of the way, and we're going to cut at 1 inch. And then that leaves you, oh my goodness, we're going to do this again with my alarms. All right, so that's going to leave you 10 inches that are 10, so you're going to cut that in half, so you have 2 1x5s. All right, now our next straight through is there. So we'll turn it back, and we're going to go to 3 3/4. There's our 3 3/4 by 5. Here's our next straight all the way through. So we're going to see how this is. So we're going to turn it like this, and we're going to cut another inch off. And then we're going to cut this down 4, and that's going to leave you 2 1/4 approximately. You know, if you're not exact with these, they're not going to come out perfectly. So let me go ahead. Oh my goodness. All right, so that leaves these parts here. So now what we have left is a 4-inch piece. We're going to cut a layer, so we're going to do a 5 1/4. And that leaves us another 4 by 1. Okay, we'll cut through this again for the next card, but that's how you cut it down. So let me go ahead and put all my pieces over here. So here's my 2 4 by 1s. I always have. Now, I'm very lucky that with my oral chemotherapy, I have not lost my hair, but I shed quite a bit. All right, I can't get that off. So there's the 2 4 by 1s. There's the 2 1x5s. Here's our 4 1/2-inch strips. I know you can't see them all. Sorry. Let me put them over here. There's that little piece that's left over. And then here's our 2 bigger card bases. And we're done with the trimmer. So we can put that off to the side for now. All right. Now, hopefully you've gotten your screenshot of this. If not, I'm going to hold it still for a little bit so you can get your screenshot. All right, now let's make the cards. So the very first one we're going to do is our 5 and a fourth by 4, which is your normal layer. You're going to decide which side you want to do and where you want it to go. I think I'm going to do this against the pebble path. All right, so let me get out my tape. Hopefully I don't grab my Stamp and Seal Plus this time like I did earlier. All right, so let's put that on. There we have that. Let's go ahead, take one of our greetings and our layers. Then I'm going to put it, I think I'm going to put it down here. I might, because you could put die cuts here. You put it right in the center, or you could do it like that. Maybe I'll do it like that. I can put some little blings. Oh, wait, let me make sure. Yep. I want to make sure it was the right way. All right. So there's that one. Next one we're going to take is our strips, and we're going to use 3 of them. All right. So let's go ahead. Now, you could do this the long way, you could do it the short way, however you want. And I'm not going to use my trimmer, so hopefully I get this on straight. So you're going to do one there. And if you're a little bit, oh shoot, if you're a little bit over the edge, it's all right, because we'll go back with our scissors and we'll trim it down. Oh my gosh. And when I'm recording a video, I can't hit snooze for like 15 minutes. I have to do only the 5 minutes. All right, so there's that. Go ahead and grab my snips. And we'll get that trimmed up. There we go. Now let's go ahead and grab another one of these. All right, so there's that one. Let me take my... Okay, this one here. I like on this one to actually go like that. Isn't that pretty? But I want to do it on the pebble path. I might want to do it on the pebble path. Yeah, I think I'll do it on the pebble path. Gosh. Move it a little bit further. I think I'm getting to the end. I see that red coming up. All right, again, I'm not using my trimmer to make sure this is lined up perfectly like I usually do. All right, and this one you can bed straight up, so it'll go straight to the edge, or you can go ahead and overlap a little bit so that you have a border all the way around. I'm going to put it straight up to the edge. I like the way that looks. Yep, there it is. Knew it was coming. I have two over here I have to fill. Alright, so I'm going to put that up. Grab another one of these. Let me grab out another. See, I'm trying to get these all down so that they're all empty. That way I'm filling them all at the same time. Make it so much easier for classes too, because then you're not having to refill someone's tape during the middle of a class. So now this one you could butt up, or you could leave a little bit showing. Again, I'm going to butt it straight up to that. All right. On this one, I'm going to take the 3 different size strips. I'll kind of center it in the middle-ish. Again, I'm going to butt that up, but kind of center it. And the last little strip. Oh, got adhesive down there. Now on this, I center them like that. You could do them all flush, because when you go to put your greeting on, it's going to, I have to quit going over that spot. When you put your greeting on, you're going to cover up a little bit of that. So you could have it come all the way up that way. It just looks like 3 strips going into your greeting. Oh, this one's getting close too. Because if you go like this, you're covering up that one strip. So I go like that. And my last, oh guys, you know what I didn't do? All right, I'm gonna have to exhale on this. Hang on. Sorry, I'm like, why do I have an extra strip? This strip is supposed to go down the middle or down the side. This was the very first one. Sorry. Let's go ahead. Put that strip there. There we go. I thought it looked like that had a lot of open space there. Okay, and your last one is just going to be one little strip there. And this one is the smallest layer, so it's going to give you the biggest frame. I'm going to do it right in the middle. All right, so there you are. There's your 6 by 12 wonder. Now you can add, of course, your bling or whatever it is you want after this. You know, you could also run this through the embossing folder before you start putting in your layers down. But just a quick, easy way to get quite a few cards out in a quick amount of time. Oh, let me go back up here.
Quick amount of time to do your cards, get some good results, and not have to spend too much time on it because it's fairly quickly. Like we're under 25 minutes to do 5 cards, and I did a lot of talking. All right, guys, glad you could stop in. Share my video if you would. Give me a thumbs up. Send me a comment. But most of all, have a safe 4th of July. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.